Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 4 of English 1302. Generally, I don't like to spend a lot of time on the discussion posts simply because they are low value items. They don't count for very much, and you're not supposed to spend a lot of time on them. They're worth 10 points, and you're supposed to spend about 10 minutes. And so, if you're able to follow directions, it's generally generally a better part of your grade for the semester. This semester things seem to be changing, so I wanted to take a moment and kind of get ahead of things and let you know ways to do better in the future. One of the early problems we faced was the second discussion post, which asked, um, discuss what you know about William Shakespeare. Most students, I assumed, would say not much, and then talk about what they wanted to learn, or maybe what they had heard about, or maybe what how society or movies portray him, something like that. But instead, I just got two distinct answers. One was just a list of facts, obviously copy and pasted, and the other one was just a grouping of ideas, which were very similar to each other, not plagiarized word for word, but plagiarized ideas, same ideas in the same order in several different answers, which generally indicates AI. So let me just be really clear right here. We're not using AI for anything this semester. It is a form of plagiarism, which is a form of cheating, and we're going to avoid it for right now. I know that society is changing and colleges will find a way to incorporate and to use AI, but we're not there yet. Until that time, we're just going to say no AI. We expect you to do your own writing. Okay, so I'm not going to go back and dock you points for previous discussion posts. However, in the future, starting today, if you submit something which looks like it could be I will run those through the AI checker, and you won't get credit for anything which is generated by AI. And that's both discussion posts and out of class papers. And again, generally, in the past, I haven't done this for AI because they're such low value and they're generally pretty easy. On discussion posts, I'm just looking for your opinion. I'm not looking for a rote answer or some information you can easily look up. I really want to know what you think about William Shakespeare, impressions you've had, things you may have heard, or allusions that some of your other teachers may have made. So read the question carefully, kind of think about it for a minute or two, and then type in your 200-word response. All discussion posts are 200 words. It's not a bad idea at this point in the semester to kind of take a time out and go back and look at the syllabus and the handouts in the Start Here tab. I forget if yours is called Start Here or Welcome, but it's that first tab that was open for you at the beginning of the semester. Go back and look at some of those basic instructions. It could save you points on everything for all semester. So be sure that you understand basic expectations of the course. Also, let me encourage you, read the assignment carefully. For example, if the prompt asks, which of these three things do you think is best? Don't say, none of them is best. Or if it asks, which is your favorite, spring, summer, or winter? Don't say, fall is my favorite. Pick one of the options. Read the question carefully, and then pick of the three options offered, pick one of those options. If you go off menu, it's off topic and you won't receive credit for it. Everything we do this semester must carefully follow the assignment. It's really one of the basic rules of college. In our discussion posts, they have to be 200 words or more, they have to be in before the deadline, and they have to be on topic. So carefully think about what you're doing there. And of course, if you read a post or a discussion prompt and you're not sure, don't forget you can always email me and ask, jfly@southplains.college.edu. On the discussion post, grammar, spelling, punctuation really doesn't matter, but organization of ideas can be very helpful, both for you and for me. So when you answer the discussion prompt, you want to put your answer, the main idea of your answer, in the first sentence, and then all the following ideas are going to support, defend, explain, exemplify that first sentence. It helps you because it helps you to stay focused. You want the entire answer to be about the main topic, about the topic, the question. And it also helps me because I can see what you're going to be writing about and then tell easily if it does or not. It's also helpful because when you write your paper, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to have a main idea. Now, in your research papers, of course, the main idea of the thesis is the last sentence of the introduction, but each body paragraph starts with a topic sentence, which is the main idea of that body paragraph. So organization of ideas here in this little practice area is going to benefit you when it comes to the larger, more important assignments, which are worth more points. Okay, I'm in the process of grading your R1 outlines, which were due last night. When you're working on your R1 outline, your R1 rough draft, be sure you use the same ideas that you submitted on your outline, unless you get like a suggestion or correction from me. Because sometimes, I've seen this a couple times, a student would have like two separate ideas in one sentence. Shakespeare was a really bad writer, however, his plays were really good. That's, so sometimes I'll just mark out an idea that if it's got a red line through it, that means delete, or I'll put like a comment or a question mark or a suggestion for you, maybe off to the side in instructor comments. In that case, of course, you're welcome to revise your outline for the rough draft. But otherwise, I'd like you to use your outline for the rough draft so we get used to following the writing process. Okay. Also, and this is true both in the outline and the rough draft and the final draft, you really want your thesis and your topic sentences to be simple sentences. When you start throwing conjunctions in there, like and, or, but, yet, so, for, nor, since, when, and because, when you start connecting ideas in your sentences, you almost always get two separate ideas. You don't want that. Even in a longer paper, you want to start off with a very short, very simple, very clear idea you want to present to the reader. This is my idea. Then after that, you can have longer sentences, compound, complex, conjunctive adverbs. I don't care. Join them up any way you like. But the main ideas, the thesis and the topic sentences, need to be short, clear, and to the point. Let me back up just a little bit and just remind you to be sure to read the discussion prompt carefully and then answer it clearly. On some of your answers, I got the impression that you read the question and you understood it, but in your answer you kind of drifted off, or the first sentence didn't answer the prompt at all. So be sure that you start off answering the question and then all of your supporting details support the main idea, which answers the details, or answers the writing prompt with details. Okay, I really hope that if you have any questions about this video, that you will jot them down, email them to me, and let me help you. And I may need to be able to help the entire class with one of your questions. That happens a lot. So let me know how I can help. But read the instructions carefully for everything. Think about what it is you're going to say and express your ideas clearly. And if you have any questions, I hope you'll let me know. Okay, all right, you know what? I've got some other stuff to cover. We'll do that in a separate video. Another point I did want to make, as you can tell, a lot of these are just off the top of my head, so ideas kind of come in randomly, but another point I want to make is this. These discussion posts are only worth 10 points apiece. You tend to write them quickly, I tend to grade them quickly. But that doesn't mean they're worthless. And if you miss one or two, it's not going to affect your grade a whole lot. But they do tend to add up. And if you miss more than 3 or 4 with zeros or no answer or off-topic answers, that could affect your grade. Because we're doing 20 this semester over the course of 15 weeks, so we'll average almost 2 per week. And you don't want to lose too many points here. We talked, I think it was last week, about Professor Galloway on TikTok, who advises his students, don't give up the easy points. Everything we do all semester is going to be either relatively easy or somewhat challenging or very challenging. The very challenging assignments, you want to take your time with and go slowly. The easy assignments, the easy points, are the one you want to grab and don't let those things go. So like formatting. Formatting to me, is one of the easiest things we do. It's just simply Times New Roman, 12-point font, everything double-spaced. So when students turn in paper which is not double-spaced or doesn't use Times New Roman or just doesn't look right, format refers to the way it looks on the page, then that tells me that they're not really paying attention or they're not really thinking or they kind of rush through at the end. Don't let that be you. Grab onto those easy points like formatting, like discussion posts, and store those up and save them for the end of the semester when we're facing the more challenging assignments. Okay, we will talk some more about Macbeth, and then we're getting ready to start our short story unit. So, and of course, you've got the quiz coming up. We did push something back. What did we push back? Yes, the first quiz has been pushed back to, I'm showing February 12th. Is that your class? February the 12th? That could be right. I'll give you more information both on video and in a class announcement. But yeah, because of the weather delays, we have pushed that back. Now, the research writing, we're going to follow the schedule. So you turn in your outline February 1st. The final draft is due, the rough draft. Hold on, let me double check here. I hate to give you bad info. Yes, the outline was due February 1st. Oh, that's all we're doing. It's just that and that. Yeah, okay. So no outline, just a rough draft and a final draft. Final draft is due Sunday, February the 8th. Okay. I'll post another video for you on that and send you some more. And there's already some PowerPoints posted up for you, so be sure to review those. And if I can find a good sample paper for you, I will share that as well. As always, if you have any questions, please email me. I look forward to hearing from you.